Well, in the last video, we went to take the car for a test drive, and we didn't make it halfway up the driveway.
We didn't make it very far. Just a little bit
We
out
heard
there.
a loud pop.
There.
Ooh. Ooh. That doesn't feel good. Nothing from the engine or transmission, I don't think. So it had me looking around the car. And I don't think this was the problem either. But I took the boot off. I just wanted to see what the knuckle looked like in there. But there was oil all around this. And we're here anyways, so now we are replacing a new CV axle, seeing if for some reason that's the reason that loud pop was happening. But if not, we still need to diagnose and figure out what that loud pop was. Something that bothered me is I don't know where that oil came from on the CV axle. I believe it might have came from this power control unit, and we need a new one. That wouldn't be fun. See, technically you can remove those bolts and there's a seal in there, but they don't sell that. They don't make it. You have to buy a whole new power control unit. So we'll wipe it down and we'll see if we actually have a leak or not after we get this new CV axle on. Alrighty, we got a new joint, and this one's the intermediate shaft. It's not the long shaft that slides into the transmission. This one slides on the drive shaft, or transmission shaft, whatever that thing is called. We're learning. But that's really the only thing that has oil on it. Couldn't have came from anywhere else. So we'll put this new CV axle on and see what happens. It was at this point I was really hoping that the oil on that power transfer unit came from the fill plug. The only way to know if you have enough is to overfill it and let it spill out. Well, we got that new joint on there. This whole front end is basically there now. I had a little bit of problem getting the knuckle back in once I pulled it out, but it was all right at the end. And now I just got to go find a slightly bigger cotter pin here. This one wants to almost go all the way through. Can't figure out what I do with mine. What the hell goes? Got the wheel back on and it's all tidied up. We're gonna go for a test drive. I don't see how that CV axle could have fixed the loud bang noise, but it might have. I'm gonna set my camera up on the back of the white car and drive it up and down the driveway, and let's see if we can not recreate that loud bang noise. I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas. That, it almost felt like something was stuck and released pressure. There. Ooh. Ooh. That doesn't feel good at all, bro. That noise, I don't know what that noise is. Good morning, the birds are singing. Trying to diagnose the loud pop sound that we heard. I'm gonna set my iPad up here on the hood in the engine bay like so. See if it doesn't crush it. And then I'm gonna go start the car and see if the engine moves back and forth. See if it's an engine mount. So we can see here when we start the engine, there wasn't crazy movement, but when I put my foot on the brake and just slightly accelerate, we see the engine moving around a lot more. And I was really wondering if maybe a motor mount wasn't loose or the bushing worn out and allowing the engine to move too much, causing a bind from the power transfer unit to the drive shaft. And also, this was telling me that the transmission wasn't the problem, because if I was putting my foot on the brake and accelerating, the transmission was bad, it would slip right here. There would be no resistance. So we're gonna check those motor mounts out. Back and watch the video. And I started working. I checked the transmission fluid, and it's good. It's got transmission fluid coming out, which is what I wanted, because I didn't want there to not be transmission fluid. I removed the old pulley. I don't know if you guys can tell. To me, this one appears circle. This one appears almost like oval. But as far as rigidity goes, I mean, it's not all that different. I hope this is the problem. It was not the pulley. It's not the pulley. We're gonna have to figure out exactly what it was. It only happens when it goes in drive, so it's something to do with the drivetrain. It doesn't do it when it's in neutral. The transmission's fine and the engine's fine. It's something to do with the drivetrain. We're gonna figure it out. So today we're going to grab this frame puller right here and fix that. Let's get into it. Pull it out a little bit, and now I'm just dry fitting the parts on to see what we need to adjust, if we need to adjust. Looks like it might have to come up a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll see how it lines up when we put the headlight on, bumper, and shut the hood. Fitting the headlight and taking an adjustment using my fingers, I'm able to see that on this side I can clearly get about half of my second finger started, and on this side where we know there's no frame, I can barely get my second finger started. So I'm going to use this pry bar to wedge up on it and get it in the right position. We got that bolt in and it moves around there. Boom, perfect. This one's in. This fender, when we push it to the hole, lines up perfectly with the headlight. When we bolt that down there, we'll be able to adjust. There's a clip behind the fender that's not gonna allow it to be this close. A little more tweaking, but she's all good. Oh my goodness, I about just ate crap. It's still some fine tuning and adjusting to go. Also, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Bumper's not sliding in there because of that plastic. But I gotta figure out how I'm gonna either fix the clip or get a new one. All right, the fitment is all put together. Now everything is dry fitted. It's just put on here for looks. Right now it's not fully bolted in. We have that one and the nut in the headlight that we got to put in. When we bring the fender to that hole and line it up, we can see that fits the headlight perfectly. We'll put the clip on for the bumper. We'll align everything, put the bolts in there, put the bolts in up here, get our antenna in. And she'll be dry fitted, and then, she'll be all put together, and then the only thing we'll have to do is figure out what the heck that loud bang noise is. Ugh. All right, got the bottom two bolts in and the inner bolts on the fender. Got those two bolts in. Now we'll be working these plates that you've seen behind here and shaping them to the fender how they're supposed to be. You can see, I don't know if you can see the hole is right there, and when we push it up against You can see the edge of it. So we'll have to work that up this way a little bit. Work this one down. Let's see. Yeah, that hole is right up here on this side. Oops, I can't get the camera up in there. The hole's right there. It's right there, so push it up. We just need a little bit more. So we're gonna work those two pieces. But saw the bumper line up. Line up. Might bring it up a little bit more in the front there. That's what it's looking like. Alrighty, so we are back and we worked that plate. Got all the holes lining up. And after looking at this side, I like the line back here. The line here is a little tighter than the other side, but it's uniform all the way down, so it looks good. And the door opens and shuts without problem. Now, this side I feel like can go up a little bit compared to this side. Maybe. Am I tripping? No, it can go up a little bit. All right. So what I've done, gosh, I need to move my grass. Right there, through the tree is a jack stand. I mean a jack. And I'm gonna take this 2x4. Because with the tree, the way the arm was, I couldn't get it to pull straight up. There's nothing quite that strong, only like up and to the side, and I didn't want to pull it out anymore. So what I'm gonna do is take this 2x4. Let me get it in there, and then I'll show you. Take you exactly. Okay, first let me show you that. Trying to get the camera with no sun is hard. Sorry. Okay, you can kind of make it out. This bar is the bar that supports the fender. You see this tab? It goes to that bar, and that's what it's bolted into. So we're gonna take our 2x4, we're gonna put it on that bar, and then with the jack, we're gonna lift up slowly and just apply pressure, tap with the hammer, and let it bend back into place. Okay. I got the jack on solid ground with the 2x4 going where we need it to. It's hard to get it with the light. Anyways, I've given it a little bit of pressure, and now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep going back and forth, looking at this gap, trying to get a feel for the distance between the front here. And then we're just gonna go back over here. And I can tell it still needs a little bit more. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit more. See that? It's just slightly going up. Alright. Gap's starting to feel better. It's getting what you got. Okay, that feels nice. That feels nice. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pop the hood and hammer that out. Now, we know that 2x4 is right there, and it's pushing up on this corner. This is the corner that the fender's mounted to. I feel like right about here, if we just give it little taps here, that'll send vibrations, push this down a little bit and that up at the same time. And when I say love taps, I mean love taps. Listen, this is not the ideal hammer. I'm not going all the way down around the brother's house to the garage. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So this is what we're talking about. Just little taps. I'm actually trying to bend this piece right here. You see, we're just barely taking paint off the high spots. We're just trying to send vibrations through and allow this part to come up. Really just bouncing the weight of the hammer off. I put the jack down. I took that off. Oh, I need both hands to close this hood. Maybe I use my head. I'll tell y'all what. This hood is as heavy as on a Mercedes. Much better. Much better. Just a little tighter here on the front. But it's much better. Now, I'm just gonna repeat that process till I get it to where I like it. Now this is a good line there, mate. Just a little bit of earth. Little jack stand, mate. 2x4. I'm done with the Australian accent, but you get it. Love the line. Love it. Yes, sir. Now time to get, I did take the headlight off to get a better angle at it, just 3 bolts since we already had the bumper off. Now the time to put the headlight and bumper on. All right, got the bumper all on there. Now, the only thing we need is to get the bumper clip. The bumper clip needs to go on and we will be ready. I don't have the bumper clip, so I'm gonna have to get that. I left the screws off from the underneath so we can try to now diagnose what that loud bang is. I got the car on jack stands there in the front. I was gonna use those 6x6s, but it's not enough, not tall enough. So I have 2 jack stands, and I'm gonna jack it up from the rear with the jack stand. I'll put it in the middle and jack it up. And my dad is coming to accelerate for me, and I'm gonna get under the car and see if we can't figure out what that loud bang is. Goodness gracious, we got it figured out. We figured out what the loud bang noise was. Comment down below what you think the loud bang noise was. I don't know if you tell by the enthusiasm in my voice that it wasn't nothing too crazy. It is. Let me find him. This sucker right here. On both sides. Boom, boom, boom. Left and right side. The differential mounts. It's 3 bolts, and they're allowing, see if I can't set this down. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a good about 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch of movement in here. And that is no bueno. It's causing the differential to move like so, just back and forth like that, causing a bind on the drive shaft here, and it's moving, causing a bind, and then boom, snapping back into place. And so let's get into fixing that. And after looking online, there's this one as well, and this sucker is the rear mount. It looks like there's a bolt that goes through it. That might be AIDS to get out of there. Asking the Lord for that bolt to come out easy. You know what? He was listening. We got them all cracked. Now, I think I'm gonna remove this bolt all the way, and then I'm gonna come back and work on these bad boys. Remove those bolts, remove the 3 bolts that hold this bracket to the differential, replace everything, and then do our test drive. Let's go. Got that bolt out all the way. See what a difference this bushing makes. Watch the differential off to the right. Move up and down. Boom. And they were all like that. Now I think I'm gonna place the jack under the differential there and remove the rest of the bolts. You're gonna want to keep your hardware. It doesn't come with new hardware. These are also sold separately, but mine look like they're in really good condition. They're not dried or anything like that. And these are the mount. They go like that. I think they're called mount buffers, differential mount buffers. But this is what the mount looked like, and you know, let's see here. Seems pretty sturdy. I can guarantee you it was not when it was on the car trying to hold the differential mount in place. So gonna replace it, and heck, this might not even be the bad one. It might be the other one, but or the rear one, I don't know. But they're all three getting replaced, and onto the driver's biscuit. This is the one that I can just easily move around. No bueno. I have no room to hammer it. It has to come out. I mean, it has to go in that way, because I mean, there's no way to let me try to get you back there. Yeah, there's no way. I have no space in behind here to hammer nothing out. It's gotta go this way. But I also don't have room here because of the muffler. What to do? Figure it out here in a second. Tell you what, I started recording this video around 5:20, and I had the differential mount figured out and unbolted and ready to come off and ready to do the other side in about 20 minutes. Around 5:40, I went in the house to grab a drink. I was like, man, this is great. This sucker was not easy to get out, mainly because of where it was at, right? I had to release the muffler from its little mounts so it can more freely float and give me room to come up here and strike with a hammer. And that's the hole that this gets wedged into. So kind of hard to get out, I'm not gonna lie. I dropped the muffler to make myself more room, which again, that's just these rubber grommets. I just pulled it off of that the muffler on both sides, and that dropped the muffler, gave me more space. Yeah, I got the new one on. I think I'm gonna put the bolt in this one first, then finish removing the driver's side differential case mount, put the new ones on, and we're gonna go, baby. We'll go for a little test drive. Hope, pray to God we don't hear that noise. Got that bolt started. Now I'm gonna go ahead and replace this. Remember, I kept my old grommet pieces because A, I didn't know they didn't come with it or that they existed here. But B, they're also in really good condition, so they're not dry, cracked, nothing like that. I'm gonna keep them on, but time to put this one on. Then I'll remove the left-hand one. Then I'll replace that one, and we'll go for a test drive. 3.5 hours later, here we go. The moment of truth. Gonna get in it, go for a test drive. Lord, we're praying. Put it in reverse for a second. Got it in drive now. There's something over there. Oh, the log. Gotta go move this piece. So far, so good. Oh my God, it's still doing it.